The alarm shatters the dawn as I lie in the quiet intimacy of the room, counting exactly 17 seconds before I rise. Outside, the world remains blue and still, because today I'll stand before 127 teenagers who will test my patience and my passion. In the kitchen, coffee promises courage as I scroll through emails and a message from a former student who chose teaching because of me. Michael Chen's note says Shakespeare woke up in him, and I tuck that memory into a pocket for when the day gets heavy. 5:45 a.m. brings the ritual of preparation, tying a tie and bracing for the retirement assembly and a playful tribute. The memory of Mir Henderson and his rubber chicken mascot becomes a quiet promise to honor a longtime colleague. I whisper to Sarah that today isn't just routine chaos, it's a tribute in disguise. The drive to Oakwood High is 20 minutes of NPR and thoughts about a first-period class on justice. Jasmine's voice last week describing injustice sits with me as I plan to write about moral courage. My phone rings with a reminder of voting and a mother's pride. A reminder that care spans generations. A call from my mother about a future built on education, framed by memories of a single teaching paycheck. At 7:15 a.m., the lot is alive, and a Julius Caesar cutout signals the playful energy of a staff who loves the craft. Inside corridors buzz with a morning energy, and Emma Parker's card arrival a reminder of progress and gratitude. First period arrives. A question about doing what's right instead of what's easy, etched in the day's work. Jasmine leads with honesty, and Marcus's father's generosity becomes a model for courage in the room. The moment feels almost sacred as literature becomes a mirror for their own lives. Between classes, a concern from Maya about being heard leads me to plan a path to the debate club. Principal Washington asks for help supervising basketball practice, and I accept with a grin and a wink at the memory of youth. The Clinton administration line makes the joke land, a reminder of growing into responsibility. Emma Parker's library moment returns as I bring a small treat and a secret stash joke to brighten her day. Second period arrives with Prufrock's question about disturbing the universe, and a student's courage surfaces. Alex's confession reshapes the room. Bravery becomes choosing truth over fear, even when it hurts. I remind him that Prufrock's fear isn't cowardice, but the fear of being misunderstood. Alex thanks me after class, a simple gratitude that confirms why I teach. The meeting that could have been an email drifts by, while I carry Alex's courage like a quiet lantern. In the library, Emma Parker reads to a friend while I acknowledge a card and the kitten Atticus. The day moves from stillness to spark as literature becomes a living map of moral courage. A call to action echoes, lead with integrity, even when the system pushes for easier answers. By lunch, the room hums with debate, ideas colliding like meteors in a shared sky of possibilities. The day's weight sits in my chest, but a student's note of gratitude lifts the edge of the day. As the bell rings, I gather papers, planning to capture one more chance to make a difference. I step into the hall, the walls alive with posters, footsteps, and the promise of tomorrow. On the drive home, I replay the day's conversations, grateful for the chance to guide young hearts. At home, I open the door to a quiet house, the day's challenges lingering like chalk dust in the air. I post a quiet note to my students. Honesty, courage, and care matter more than grades. The night settles around us, and I finally tell Sarah about the day's small triumphs. Tomorrow, the same classroom will hold new questions, new bravery, and new growth. I close my eyes and hear the echo of 127 voices, each one a reason I keep teaching. The lunch break in the teacher's lounge knocks us back into the ordinary, while the big questions loom just beyond the steam of dumplings and ruler drills. I check my phone and the staff chat erupts with a message that spins our day in a new direction. We laugh at the absurdity of it all, but the real worry stays in the quiet, reminding us of a budget that could erase art from our hallways. The realization lands hard. Marcus's voice through his drawings and Maya's essays are the heartbeat of what we fight for. At 12:15, the door opens and my father steps into my classroom, a ghost returning with a different face. He's saying he saw my name in the paper, and in that moment, the line between past and present blurs. I tell him we can talk after school, because today's students need me more than answers to old wounds. 1 p.m. arrives with the internet's attention, as Henderson's retirement becomes a viral moment of ridiculousness and sweetness. The gym erupts, and I'm reminded that sometimes showmanship is simply a way to celebrate what we quietly endure. By 2:30, practice with Coach Miller's absence becomes a classroom in disguise. Lifting each other up is the real game. I hand a rubber chicken to Tyrone, promising that true support travels beyond the ball's arc. The conversation with Tyrone's dad floats into the air as the idea of family support crosses every boundary we've built. 3:45 p.m. brings confession and rebuilding as I meet my own father in the empty cafeteria. He tells me he's been sober for 10 years and wants to start over, slowly, with us, with the people we teach. The evening folds into a dinner with Maria Rodriguez, planning how to defend arts funding from the board. Maria's presence signals a political arc for the students we've learned to rely on. Marcus, Maya, and Alex. I return home to Emma's kitten Atticus stuck in a tree, a tiny rescue mission that somehow anchors the night. I climb awkwardly but succeed, bringing Atticus home to a grateful and sleepy family. Back home, I scroll through the day's comments. Hundreds of voices thanking teachers for showing up. Tomorrow will bring new lessons, new battles, new chances to show what it means to be present. The cycle begins again. Coffee in hand, a district email opening with another request to do it again for a district conference. Yet the stubborn truth remains. These moments, small and large, are what keep us teaching. This is my life. This is why I teach. And I wouldn't trade it for any paycheck in the world. The video of our rubber chickens continues to ripple through the district as a symbol of resilience and community. I think of the students who taught me what bravery looks like when I watch them choose truth over silence. I think of the art room and its looming cuts, and I vow to keep the door open for every dreamer who needs it. And I know tomorrow will ask us to rise again, to show up, to listen, to act, and to teach. This is my life. This is why I teach.